Yes, this is the clay that we dig up out of the pit. And what I like to do is let it age in some piles for a year or so, let it freeze and thaw, it makes it more plastic. And then we move it into this south-facing bunker where we just simply let the sun and the air get to it.
So this all gets scooped up into there?
Absolutely.
And goes into the...
And goes into a grinder, and then it goes into a pile, and then we bring it into the rest of the process.
Can we go into the grinding area?
Absolutely.
Terrific, let's go. Boy, this is a complete difference from what we've seen so far.
Yeah, this clay is again, simply it's been dried out, and it's gone through the grinder, and we have it here in a pile.
This is almost like carpet dust, actually.
Yeah, it's a very fine powder. What's interesting is that this machine can produce about 500 pounds of clay a minute. I remember when I was a kid working for my dad, me and another guy would take a shovel and a bushel basket, and we'd walk out into the clay pit, and we'd dig up a bushel basket full of clay, bring it back in, make a batch of clay, and then start to make our pots with it. So
you've been with it since you were just an infant.
Well, I spent a lot of time behind a shovel. I had a lot of time to think there's got to be a better way to do it than with a shovel.
Okay, from here, if you don't take it with a shovel, where does it go?
Well, we actually have a very advanced batching system.
Oh, yeah.
This tube that's coming down is a very powerful vacuum system, and it vacuums the clay up into the other side, into the other room, into our batching system. And if you'd like, we can go take a look at that.
Let's go over there. This gets more and more interesting. I'm just wondering where it's going to end. This way?
Yes.
This is I just thought you'd get a little bit of powder and mix it with water, and you see people on a little table making pottery. This is getting more and more complex as it goes along. What is this thing?
This is what we call our batching system. Indeed, it is very complex. It took about a year to design and install.
This is your baby?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's the most advanced machine of its kind in our industry, certainly in the country. It gives us tremendous amount of flexibility. We can produce a coarse, dark red brick clay right next to a fine bone china at the same time. It has tremendous versatility and tremendous quantity. What happens, as we are on the other side of the wall, our native Sheffield clay is being vacuumed up into one of these hoppers.
Okay.
And the hoppers and all the motors are connected to this processor. So what we do is we put in the bin, we call up our formula, we hit the go button, and the Sheffield clay becomes metered out at about 500 pounds a minute.
It's a gigantic blender is what you're saying, right?
It's a batching system.
Okay.
It's not a blender, really. What it does is it weighs out the ingredients to the formula. After we make the batch, then we would take it over to the mixer and go to the blenders and things like that.
And is that the end of the process?
Oh, by no means, no. But having a very accurate formula, we make literally hundreds and hundreds of different kinds of formulas. We have hundreds and hundreds of different ingredients from the clays all over the country and the world and the fillers and so forth. And that's what this machine does, is it is a very, very accurate, versatile machine for batching out our clay formulas.
Now, what's this guy over here? The stuff comes from there and goes over into this?
Correct. The machine on the top is a mixer, and the machine on the bottom is a pug mill. But what we like to do first is we like to put it through a screen.
Okay.
And I'd like to take you over and show you our screening system, which is also very unique to us.
Terrific. Let's go. This is like 15 steps so far. This is the, what did you call this thing?
This is our screening system. After we accurately weigh out the batch, we bring it over to here, and we put the bin up on top, and we let the clay batch dry, flow through this machine. It's a very high energy screening system that we can put fine mesh screens in, even up to 100 mesh, so we can remove any rogue particles that might be in the batches of clay, possibly a piece of pallet or bag or anything that have come through the clay mines. We also, below the screening system, is an iron filtration magnet. It's a very powerful magnet that could pick up any pieces of metal that could contaminate the clay.
Holy Toledo.
And then we recollect the batch down here below. This Sheffield Pottery is the only company in the country that has any kind of a system close to this for quality control to refine the material before it goes over to our mixer, where we mix it and add the water.
So this isn't the last?
No, it's not.
We go to the mixer now?
We go to the mixer now.
Where's the mixer, John?
It's over here.
What is this, 35 so far?
Something like that.
We've got to be coming close to the end here now, John, right? What do we got going here?
Well, after we screen the clay batch, we bring it over and we put it into our IRIC mixer.
Right.
It's a high-intensive mixer that is designed to thoroughly mix the dry batch, and then we add water to it and thoroughly mix the wet batch. It takes about only a couple of minutes to make as much as 2,000 pounds of clay in this machine.
That is
very specific and dedicated to mixing clay.
And it's done, right?
No, not yet.
of course
One
not.
more step.
Yeah.
After we mix the clay, and it becomes then what people are familiar with as a potter's type clay.
Right.
We put it through this machine here, which is called a pug mill. And what it does is it shreds and wedges and gives the clay a lot of surface area before it goes into a very powerful vacuum chamber. And that vacuum removes all the air from the clay. So when it comes out, it's completely and totally de-aired and ready to use by our potters.
So you sell this to your customers and that's it, right?
This is a finished product ready to sell to our customers.
All right. No, you don't fire any of it here?
No, we don't.
Do you have a showroom of some sort that you might?
Well, we have a showroom for ceramic supplies that our customers would need the equipment, tools, etc. to produce the pottery. This is the raw material for them, and then they need the equipment to produce it.
Can we take a look at your showroom?
Absolutely.
This way?
Yes.
Okay. Welcome to the showroom. So you got all of the stuff from the dug up in the ground and went through the machine and came out the thing, and now you even have the supply shop for people to take all of that stuff and make their own pottery, right?
That's correct. In addition to offering a full line of moist clays to our customers, we offer a complete selection of equipment, tools, glazes, etc. Indeed, we have 15,000 products online on our website, SheffieldPottery.com, where you can order kilns, wheels, tools, glazes, anything that a school system or a potter or a pottery company would need to produce pottery.